Good morning. This is Mr. Ward, and this is your Do Now video key for Do Now 20.1 for algebra. So you'll notice there is a section for what are you stuck on? The reason I'm asking you this is so I can know if there's any particular thing I should focus on for you today. So let's talk about the content questions. But just know you can pick more than one, or if you're not stuck anywhere, that's fine as well. So if Mr. Ward organizes a robot cage match and pays $8,000 to rent the arena, this would be the place for it to happen, how much money does he start off with? Negative numbers are a thing here. So I'm going to start off with negative $8,000. That's what I'm starting off with. That's negative 8,000. Since I'm starting off, you might think of that as a y-intercept, negative 8,000. At 0 tickets sold, that's $8,000 in debt. Now, if he plans to charge $30 per ticket to come and see the robot cage match, what is the rate of income per person who buys the ticket? Well, it's simply $30. $30 per person who buys a ticket. Okay. Now that, a rate is kind of a slope. That makes slope of 30. Steep slope, but I need it steep because I'm in debt $8,000. So considering the robot cage match event, design some sort of equation that could model the money Mr. Ward will make for any number of tickets. Or ask questions about this. So let's just consider our information. We have an initial amount of being in debt $8,000. So that's like a y-intercept. And then we have a rate. That's like a slope. And we've worked with 4 different types of equations. There's slope-intercept form, there's intercept form, there's point slope form, and there's standard form. So I have one rate and I have a starting point. And if I have one rate and a starting point, then probably the slope-intercept form would work best because the slope-intercept form is based upon a rate for a slope and a starting point, which is often a good thing as a y-intercept. So I'm going to have 30 as my slope times x, and then I'm going to subtract 8,000 because my y-intercept is negative 8,000. And that will give me my equation. So here you go. If you came up with that or something pretty similar, that works pretty well. Now, it is important to note that it's not plus 8,000 because tickets, when I sell tickets, that's money coming to me, but when I paid for the arena, that's money going out from me. So now here's a second one that's a similar situation. If Yertle the turtle of Dr. Seuss fame were down in the mud, 36 inches below the banks of his mud pond, and he were to build a stack of turtles to see all that he considered his realm, what equation could model the height of his turtle stack throne? Assume that the turtles he sits upon are 2 inches thick. So he starts off 36 inches below the banks. So that's a y-intercept of negative 36. Okay, so we've got a point at 0, negative 36. Okay, and he has, depending on how many turtles, every turtle he stacks is 2 inches thick. So we have a slope of 2 inches per turtle. Okay, so we can put all that together into a slope-intercept equation because we have a y-intercept and we have a slope. Y equals 2x minus 36. That will model the height of Yertle's throne no matter how many turtles high it is until the small one at the bottom says, I'm done with this, and Yertle ends up being king of the mud. And I hope that was helpful for you, and I will stop now.